Hi everyone, welcome to Made by Janat. My name is Anna, it is Sunday and I am here with a flip through of the big grungy Christmas journal. She is finally done. This is a big book. It's 12 inches by 8 3/4 and it has a spine that is it's an inch, I can tell you. A big one, and she has been so much fun to make. I have loved every second of this. It's jam-packed full of things and still lots of writing space. It has 140 pages and it is sewn in with a 5-hole pamphlet stitch. It's made from a repurposed book, and the book was originally purposed in 1891 and it was an art book. Masterpieces of art, and there is some images of it in here. Yes, I have put an image, fussy cut image on the front, and this is an image that was painted by Norman Rockwell. Christmas Sing Merrily, it says there. The back was in abnormal, in a terrible state, so I reinforced it with some striped, red and white striped fabric, both in and outside, and I covered the back with some lace that is poinsettias, as you can see. And on the back there is some labels, of course. I have left the sewing threads dangling. They are all knotted, so if you don't like dangly threads, you can just cut them off. So let's begin the flip through of this big beauty. As I said, it's a big one. I hope you can fit in the screen. It's so jam-packed that it doesn't almost want to lay flat. The end papers are made out of scrapbook paper. And this is the original first page of the book. I chose to do nothing because this is so yummy with all the staining and the lovely image there. So it's all natural. There it says 1891. The folds are reinforced with washi tape, and I have strengthened the washi tape with some glue before I put it down. We have some tea-dyed paper, of course. Here is some copy paper with some image of Christmas baubles on it, and it's a nice purpley color on the back. This is scrapbooking paper, a bit lightweight scrapbooking paper, nice quality. I have sewn on a little pocket here, and this is from a children's book. Chill December brings the sleet, blazing fires and Christmas treat, it says. And I have put a little label here, and I stamped 1891 to remind us of the publication year of the book. In here I put a little journaling card. This is a picture from an old magazine that I cut out, and then I backed it on some handmade beautiful paper with flowers in it. They can journal on the back side. But this is a genuine picture from a magazine. This is from an old book, music book, and here is, no, it's not a music book, kind of a magazine, Christmas magazine that was quite old. And there's music, and in the center there is a lovely image of a traditional Swedish Christmas table, or not. I'm not sure what it's supposed to be, but it's a Christmas table anyway. The traditional Christmas table, it says. And those pages are mended with some tape, and those are not made by me, that is original. And here's another lovely song. I did some Franken pages because they were not simply big enough for this journal. And on this page, this flips out, and I just sewn on a page from a botanical book, which says Gran, pine tree, and a little tab there, and it flips out and you can journal on the back side. So here you have lots and lots of journaling space. All the sewing in this book is made by red thread to make it a bit more festive. On this page I have decorated with some leftover scrapbooking paper. I have punched a hole and put a little red eyelet in, and there is a jangle with a snowflake. And on that side I have put some Tim Holtz fabric tape that I enjoyed using this year. And here it says Song of the Snowflakes to match with that. I have used some Tim Holtz ephemera, the fabric tape, and some snippets, word snippets from his Christmas packs, and I had quite a bit of fun with that. This is the back of the first signature, and this is just an old flyleaf from an old book that I saved. The first page of the second signature, here is tea-dyed paper, and this Merry Christmas was at the bottom of the image of the first page. It was down here on the page that I cut it from, and I decided to keep it and put it there. This is actually tablecloth. It's a bit waxy on this side, but on the back side it's papery, and you can write on that side. And I found it thrifting, a whole roll of it, and I thought it was fun to put in my journals. This is a piece of an old, just loose leaf that I got thrifting, but I love the wintry snow-covered pine trees there. And some lined paper, lovely yellowed. More of the Frankenpage, and this is also the newer, thinner quality of scrapbooking paper. This is a little flip. It's a paper bag that I decorated, and it flips up, and here you have lots and lots of journaling space, and that flips up as well. It is decorated with some numbers and a genuine vintage ticket. And inside the paper bag, which is obviously a pocket, there is this big journaling card. And this is a page from a book about Swedish Christmas traditions, Christmas markets and Lucia-tåg and lots of things. And on the back you can journal. And this is the flyleaf of another old book. I always keep the white pages and the flyleaves to use as backing. And if you wonder what's going on here, there was a knot. I realized when I was doing a flip through on my own yesterday, there was a knot here, and I glued it down and I put a label on top of it to keep it even stronger. And the threads are glued from the other side onto a paper, so it will not snap, but I wanted to make it even more secure. The lined paper, and we end that signature with some lovely green paper with a Christmas tree stamped on it. And here is another one of those. It rolls up a little bit, but when you put some things on it, glue things on it, I bet it will stay flat. The third signature, here we have two lovely tea-dyed papers, and here is another flip out with a Christmas tree fairy, and when you flip her over there is more journaling space. As I said, I feel like I have put so much stuff into this book, but at the same time there is so much journaling space, and that is one of my favorite things about big books. I can do lots of collaging and big things in big pockets, and still there is lots and lots of journaling space, or if you like, space to put your pictures and memories of other things. I just did a little edge punching there. This is a piece of a reproduction of an old Gammages catalog for Christmas. And the original was published in 1913, and this one was published in 1974. I put both the dates down there, and they wanted you to buy a filming setup for You can watch films at home for Christmas. So much fun. Sorry, just taking a sip of coffee. This is Tea-dyed ledger. Here is a piece of an old 1925 calendar from December. And here it says, I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. More of the Franken pages, lovely golden pine cones there on this scrapbooking paper. This is an old, I believe it's a small, not tablecloth, but a small ones you put glasses on. Anyway, it's hand embroidered with cross stitch, and it is vintage, and I sewed it in as a pocket. And in here is a little journaling card that I made with, this is a reproduction of Jingle Bells from a book, and then I have done a little collaging with some Tim Holtz things, and it says bells ring, and you can journal on the back side. Lots and lots of journaling space once again. More of that catalogue. The next signature begins with this, is a first page of a book with Christmas music. It's the second page because the first page is on the other side. I did put a little word snippet there, deck the halls with boughs of holly. And here is the first page, everybody's favorite Christmas carols for organ. And this is a piece of a book that is called The Garden Eden, that is full of these lovely images. This is Amaryllis, and I sewed it onto some fabric and glued the fabric onto the page, so now we have a flip that doesn't bulk up the folds. And this is backed with some, once again, piece of white paper or beige paper from another book. Blank page. Tea-dyed paper, more of the Franken pages from the scrapbooking paper. And this one flips up, and here you have journaling space. Once again, blank pages from an old book. And this is a mistletoe, and it says under the mistletoe there. This is a page I found in a botanical book, and I decided to sew it on here. Lovely poinsettias there. This is a page from the original book. This is the kind of images that was in it, and this is of course the Holy Family. So Joseph, Virgin Mary, and baby Jesus. And I think it was quite appropriate in a Christmas journal. Lovely thick paper, and you can journal on the back side there. In the center here is some pages from a Christmas book, The Country Diary of Christmas. It was not made by Edith Holden, obviously, but it was put together with lots of traditions from Victorian England and her images and other traditions. So I think it was quite fun to use. And in the very center, I have put a postcard that I glued shut. A Christmas card with a traditional Swedish Santa image on it. That is now a pocket, and inside you can journal on this journaling card. Some lovely yummy Christmas pudding thing on it. I thought that was cute. More pages from the original book. Madonna and baby Jesus. More Franken pages. And here is one of my little peekaboo. A girl all bundled up in her nice fur hat and some warm coats. And it says, I'm off to the North Pole. A little bit of fun. More tea-dyed pages and some red paper. Because green and red and gold, that's Christmas for me. And I did a little bit of stamping up there. Here is pages from the book I made before this, the Big Grungy Journal, with Swedish traditional houses and so on. And I love this Christmas. This is for me Christmas, very much Swedish Christmas, with a red cottage and or red house and lots of snow. And here I sewn on the edge of a piece of ticking, and I put a little Tim Holtz ephemera there. This is also tea-dyed paper, and this is the backing of an envelope, and on it it says holiday greetings, also Tim Holtz ephemera. And on this page, this is cut out from the same magazine as the other journaling card went back, and I backed it on some stiffer paper, and I gilded these photo corners. They were white. I put a Tim Holtz ephemera holiday. The envelope is tea-dyed, and on the back side I put a bit of craft paper for you to journal on, to once again extend the journaling space. And here is a little tag I made with some cute little children, and that is a tiny bow up there. It's supposed to be. Oh well. And you can journal on the back side with that tag. This is more pages from the original book, The Madonna and Child, again. I've used there was lots and lots of religious images in that book, because 1891, that was considered great art masterpieces. More of the Franken pages. One pine tree there, and in the center is one more folio from the Christmas book, the traditional food for Christmas table and the Victorian era. Some chestnuts, of course. Did a tiny bit of stamping up there with pine cones. Another Mary and the Child, baby Jesus. And I love those images. They're so peaceful and lovely. More tea-dyed paper, green paper, and here is another flip out. And this is some mixed media papers I purchased many years ago and never did anything with. So now I have made them into flips in my journals. It says the decorated Christmas tree were grand. There's a tab up there, and it flips out so you can journal on the back side. And here it says, the joy of brightening other lives become for us the magic of the holidays. W.C. Jones. Here on this tea-dyed paper I made a fabric flip with a Tim Holtz backdrop that I put some little people on, and they are out skating, these girls, so I put this little advertisement there: highest award World's Fair skates, catalog free. And you can journal on the back side of that as well. This paper I love. It's from Newspaper Clippings book that I found thrifting, and it was totally untouched, but the yellowing of the edges and the red frames, and also those holes along the edge, I love them and I use them very often. On this page I have sewn down this is a first day cover from Åland, Finland, and it's Christmas themed, and so it's a double tuck spot, one in the envelope where I put this, it's just a Tim Holtz ephemera, and then behind the envelope you can have another tuck spot, and this is actually, this was much bigger. It was a bookmark, and it fell out of a book that I purchased, and this is a Christmas paper that was published for kids, and this one is an example from 1900 edition. To the man in the moon for Christmas Eve, and he's smiling there, and they're going up to give him his gift. And I thought that was cute and I wanted to add it. This is some ledger. I received a happy mail, and I put this little ephemera on it, Tim Holtz once again, and put some baker's twine up there for some interest. This is a piece, the center there is taken from a book about these gnomes gnomes. I have 2 or 3 big books with them. Just last year I made a journal totally dedicated to them. But those pages never got to get in that journal, so they are in here instead. And I love them. Very beautiful. Nice paintings. Lots of journaling space there once again. More Franken page. Sorry, going ahead. Some tea-dye paper there. More of that Christmas, not Christmas, newspaper clippings book. And more tea-dyed paper. Here is some music paper, and this is a flip out, so you can journal on the back. And here it says the music was published in 1957. And here's a small little collage, and for the good girls and boys, it says. And it flips over to this page, and here is a text spot instead. And here's another one of those genuine pictures from the newspaper that I found. And once again backed on the handmade paper with flowers in it. More tea-dye paper, more Franken paper. Love the polka dots. And here is pages from 1925 calendar. This one from January and February. Love the yellowing in those pages. More pages from the gnome book. The reason I added this, because once it's big, and second it is winter scene, and this is kind of a traditional train in Sweden. We have new ones, of course, but this is a traditional old style train from when I was a kid anyway. This is once again lovely Christmas images. The northern lights up here. You can easily cover the text and journal there if you like. And more pictures from that book. And more stamping on that tea-dye paper. A tiny bit of stamping in this book. More music paper on the back side of it. And here is more of the Tim Holtz fabric tape. And it holds down this flip, which is a very traditional Swedish Santa Claus. He is, this one is drawn by Jenny Nyström, which was a very famous Swedish painter. She painted almost only images for newspapers and for Christmas, and she made lots and lots of traditional Christmas cards and Easter cards and so on. And this is backed with some, once again, blank paper from the book, blank page. And here we have reached the back. And here is a big pocket with a small gusset as well. Actually, so you can put lots and lots of things in it. But I just put this beautiful botanical page in it. You can choose if you want to put it in the book, put it in another book, back it with something, or use it like it is. I just put it in there. Oh, this is a big one. Almost a bit alligator mouth already. It has a pinch, but not much. I had too much fun with all the flips and pockets. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this flip through. And I will be back soon with more Craft With Me videos. Have a great day. Bye.